Brought to you by the Ramsey Network app. Download today to go further with Ramsey.
Hi, my question is about a shared asset I have with my other adult sibling. So the asset is actually in Texas, and it was given to all of us by my parents, and it's definitely been a blessing, and it's getting to the point where there wasn't really a long-term plan put in place. So it's starting to feel less like a blessing and more of a point of conflict.
Mm-hmm.
So
what is
me
it?
and all my siblings have lived there. It's a house. And me and all my siblings our names are on it. And we have all lived there at some point while paying rent, except my brother he's been in the house for about 6 years, and he hasn't paid rent. And he's currently on leave with the military. And I tried to reach out to make a plan before he left, and he didn't respond to anything. So I'm wondering how to navigate this asset and keep it a blessing while preserving our relationships.
How many siblings total?
There's 4 of us.
And how did he get this deal? How did he just start living in when everybody else has lived in it and paid rent? I'm presuming you guys have rented it to other people as well. Is that true?
I think we've rented it to one other family.
Okay. How did he get away with living
was
rent-free for 6 years?
So it was kind of like on your integrity. There was an account set up, and you put a certain amount in that account every month. And he decided he didn't want to use that same account. He wanted to do his own thing, which we're like, that's fine. You know, you can pay rent how you
What is the rent? What is it?
It's $250 a month.
Oh
my
man.
gosh, this is a joke. And so he's not been paying it. Not once. What do the other siblings think about this?
So we don't know how to resolve it. The communication's not great.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of want to be like, well, yeah, we'd like to talk about it. They've kind of written it off as like, oh, like we're just never going to see money from that. It's just nothing's going to change.
How'd you arrive at the really 250? Is that like an arbitrary amount, or is that maintenance? What is that?
So that was set up like over a decade ago, like a long time ago. And it was with the purpose of like, oh, this is affordable, so we can live in it and save money, so we can, kind of get ahead. Mm-hmm. It doesn't include like utilities or anything like that.
So all 4 of you are on the deed?
Yes.
What's it worth, the asset?
Probably $200,000 on the bottom side, the low side.
And there's no debt on it, right?
No.
So do the other 3 siblings, I'm sorry, there's 4 of you, so the other 2 plus you, are they all wanting to get out of this as well?
Are you there?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the end of that question.
Okay.
I'm here.
I'm asking, do the other siblings, are they in agreement with you about they want to get out, or are you the only one thinking, going, how do I get out of this?
No, the other siblings were all in agreement.
Okay.
Well, that helps.
Majority rules.
So I don't know. So I want to say something, but I'll first say, I don't know. I've never experienced this before. So, I would be seeking counsel, actual legal counsel on this, on what your options are when you've got 4 people on a deed, 3 want to get out. I just don't know enough legal on that, but I would say this. However this goes down, it's time for 3 of you to stop letting him bully you. This guy's a bully. And I know it's your brother. I'm just telling you like it is. He's not returning your calls. He's just acting like a school ground, like on the playground bully. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm giving you the silent treatment. I'm creating all this tension. And I'm not playing ball. I'm just creating all this, and I'm daring you. He's daring you guys to do something, and I think he's doing it because he knows you're not willing to do anything about it. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the only little thing I wanted to put in there, because I think however you resolve this, Jade, I'll get out of the way if you've got a point on this, but I think whatever needs to happen, he needs to realize the gig is up.
Yeah, I think
You've long outstayed your welcome. You've taken advantage of us. It's over.
Yeah. So just for clarity for me, so you guys, the plan was when you live in the house, you put the $250 in the account and that's split amongst the other 3 siblings, right?
No, so that amount goes just towards repairs. Like, if something like breaks, you
Okay.
have money in the account to pay for it.
And so while he's been living in the house, if something broke, what happened?
I'm not sure.
So-
there are things broken and they're just not fixed.
So he just didn't take care of the place while he was there either.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, the majority rules here, if you have to get a judge to force this, I don't think it would be that difficult to do it. We could talk about the idea of him buying you guys out, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So, yeah, you might have to sit down. All of you guys sit down and try to make it light. But for me, the fact that you're calling, it's no longer light. So you can try to keep that a light conversation, but I think the longer you let this go on, the worse it gets. So to Ken's point, I think you guys get together, somebody talk to a judge and say, how do we force this? Because we're ready to sell it. We've kept it this long. He's not paying rent. And the truth is, I kind of like the fact that he doesn't owe each of you, because I mean, if you guys are splitting this money, truly, he'd owe each of you $6,000, but he doesn't, since he's not even taking care of the place, although who knows if that'll affect the resale value, but I'd get out of it immediately.
I would too, because if you look at this split, let's say they sell it for $200, and it's
get
less than
50,000.
50 grand each.
Yeah.
It's just not enough money to be dealing with all this garbage. So, Amy, I'm with you. I think your instincts are right. Let's get out of this thing. No messing around. It's not worth spending a bunch with a lawyer to the judge thing, whatever. I think Jade's right. Let's clean, efficient, force his hand.
Yeah.
We're selling this thing, and we avoid all the tension. And then Thanksgiving and Christmas takes care of itself. But yeah, I'd get out quick. I really would. That's an unfortunate situation. I mean, when you get, and see, okay. So I'm sitting here, and I didn't ask.
Okay.
I've already put it on hold, but I didn't ask. I guess I should have. If mom and dad are still alive, I got the picture they aren't around.
I got the feeling they're not around.
But and for that reason, I sat there and I went, note to self, if Stacy and I want to bless our 3 kids, I need to bless them individually, not try to do hey, we're going to do this asset and work the 3 of you into it.
Yeah.
I just sat there and I went, note to self.
Cash money.
And individually.
Yes.
You're not in it together.
Yeah.
I'm blessing you this way. I'm blessing you this way, this way. And it's not this joint thing where it's just what, I don't see what the value is in that.
It was
It's just
probably the
messy.
family home is my guess. And I think they probably had the option to sell it early on, but they weren't ready to part with it yet. And so it probably just became, listen, I am adding all sorts of story to this that I don't know are true. So I'm sorry if that's not true.
But you agree, right?
Yeah.
To give 4 kids a house. All right, you guys, here you go.
Yeah.
Even if there's not a problem, it just feels like it's easy for a problem to exist because then you have 4 different people who have 4 different views of life.
Yeah.
Money.
It's like when you get a gift card to a restaurant you don't really like. You're happy for the gift card, but now you're forced to eat at Applebee's.
Oh, jeez, you just went there.
Just saying.
A shot across the bow.
I'm just saying.
Eating
You're
good
like-
in the neighborhood. I
you're
mean,
like,
there's a lot of
"Thank you."
people that like an Applebee's. Hey, note to self, team. No Applebee's gift cards for Jade. That would not go over well.
Yeah, it's happened.
Where would one get you a gift card to?
I'm with you.
Asking for a friend.
Visa gift card. Cash.
No, I want to know. I'm putting you on the spot. 20
Oh,
seconds. If I'm going to get you, Stacey and I are going to get you and Sam a gift card to a restaurant, where do you want? Where do you want to go?
And it has to be national so people know
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Okay.
Come on.
I don't know. J. Alexander's?
All right, there
Do you guys have that?
Yeah, do you
right.
guys? You live here too. You act
I'm
like
not going to lie. I
Do
wanted
you
to,
guys have that?
Ken Coleman,
Are
I
you
wanted
aware
to
you
say
live
Red
in Middle
Lobster.
Tennessee as well?
I wanted to say Red Lobster.
I don't mind that at all. I love a good lobster.
Brought to you by the Ramsey Network app. Download today to go further with Ramsey.